Greetings, fellow nail peoples. Oh, my light's not right again. I'm trying a different kind of light. I'm trying to beam it at the ceiling so that but it's still just a little bit too close to direct it to me. But it's better. Gives a little bit of depth so I don't look like a floating head. Hello, hello. Today we have Eeyore and my bare nails. But because our power was like crazy flickering last night, so I opted to not get stuck in the middle of doing my nails and lose power, and so I will probably be on working on them today. So how is everybody today? It's March 2nd. Up here in the Northwest, March definitely came in like a lion, which means it's supposed to go out like a lamb, which is good because I'm ready for that. I don't know about you guys, but I am ready for something that is not winter. So a funny for you today to start out. So in the category of, you know, you're a nail tech when, I changed the thing that hangs on my door seasonally, all different kinds of things. And this is the one that's up in spring when there isn't another holiday. I'll switch it over to Easter here after the St. Patrick's Day because I don't have a St. Patrick's Day one yet. Not sure that I want to get one. But here, this is the you know you're a nail tech when. The teenagers kept knocking off this flower right here. So I glued it back in with nail glue. And all of these little things were getting really not green looking and really hideous. So I covered them in green Vinyl-Luxe polish. So I think it was pretty poison. Might have been serene green, but I'm pretty sure it was pretty poison. So you know you're a nail tech when you fix everyday household items with everyday nail salon items. So that was just a little funny. I thought that I fixed that yesterday, and I thought all of the nail techs of the world would appreciate my little arts and crafts experience with nail glue and polish to fix things. Oh, it's a little better if I lean forward. I like that better. I don't look quite so bright, so maybe I just need to change the angle of the light a little bit. Anyway. So, greetings. Don't have a whole lot to talk about today. It seems like everybody is in a bit of a lull. I think people are doing like their taxes and those kind of things, which let me tell you, if you're doing your taxes and stuff right now, this is the time for you to spend time budgeting for the rest of 2016. It's only the first week of March. Like, it's not too late to get your budget under control for the rest of the year. And, you know, I just put a rant up on my Facebook page, if you're friends on my first personal Facebook page, because I saw a class online that all it taught you, I hate to say all, because any education is better than none, but it taught retailing and how to price your services. And it was like a 6-hour or 4-hour online webinar style class, and it was $199. And I'm like, I can think of very few educators that I know that I would pay $200 to sit and watch and listen to them for 6 hours online. And this wasn't one of them. I don't know this person, but, you know, I was thinking about that from a budgeting standpoint. So I went off on a little rant on my Facebook page thing because I was like, wait a minute. So the University of Nails, I have it priced at $10 a month. So you can get a whole year of watching the videos as much as you want. You come out of it with your own business plan and your own marketing plan at your pace for $80 less than this one class. And that's why I'm like, yeah, that's the, realization I need to remember that I'm doing exactly the right thing, exactly the way I want to do it, because I want education that you can skip your Starbucks twice a month. You can pack your lunch and bring it to work instead of going out to lunch once or twice a month. And that's the amount of education. And use that extra time that you didn't spend going to get coffee or you didn't spend going out to lunch to watch a couple of videos, because you can watch them on your mobile device. Just continuing to spread the good word, I am. Okay. The other thing I saw that I thought was interesting, now that I'm done with my little self-serving rant there, was a post by Doug Schoon that was talking about the fear-based work that some of these companies are doing. Okay, the first thing you guys need to understand, the first rule of internet marketing is a thing called clickbait. So what it is a third-party company, generally not the manufacturer or the direct news site or whatever, has put content up on their social media or their blog or their website. And what they do is they headline it with an incredibly inflammatory or obnoxious or just some sort of attention-grabbing thing that makes you click on it to see what it is that they're talking about. And what it does is it drives up traffic to their site, which drives up their advertising payment for the people who advertise on their site. And it drives up their numbers so they can get more higher priced advertisers. So every time we click on one of those absolutely ridiculous things just to read it, to see what they're saying, we're actually making them money. We're helping keep them around. So I know it's really hard, but watch the source on something before you click on it. Because you need to pay attention to whose pocket you're feeding by. So like there's lots and lots of companies that have put up things about the furry nails or the pom-pom nails, which we all know are ridiculous. Even the people who are like clicking on them, they're clicking on them for the ridiculous factor. Well, the thing about that is that's by very definition what clickbait is. Clickbait is something that's just outrageous, preposterous, with a leading headline, just to get you to click on it going, WTF. Well, then by the time you click on it, you've already padded their numbers. You've already helped them. So the same thing is true with consumer groups. So the EWG is a fear-based consumer group, and there's a lot of fear-based consumer groups. They're like the less reputable PETA of the internet world. They're just people who take any kind of anything. A scientific study done 10 years ago on 3 people that showed one of them had a reaction around their cuticle from a product that, amongst its other ingredients, contained lanolin. Now, but what they can say is 33% of people have a reaction to lanolin. It's not entirely false. But you click on it and you spend a whole article reading about how lanolin is this and it can be that and it can be this, and people will say it's this, but it's actually this, and it's most of it is not fact-based. Most of it is meant to drive up fear and to get you to share it so they can drive up traffic. So whenever we see these things on the news sites that we know are ridiculous, gel polishes cause skin cancer. We know it's ridiculous. We don't need to know what they're saying. All we need to do is comment with a web link to the correct information, which Doug Schoon has on all of his stuff at DougSchoon.com, SchoonScientific.com, FaceToFaceWithDougSchoon.com. He has all of these articles he's written on these really common things. And the one he has up today is about nail polish. Something near and dear to our heart. And I love it because he starts it out with, hold on, has anyone noticed that no one is going to the hospital because of their nail polish? And he's right. There's a few people who have some sort of contact dermatitis reactions because of something that's used on their nail during the manicure. But realistically, if polish from your 99 cents for Wet n Wild at, the drugstore on up to $32 a bottle for whoever it was at that crazy price I saw at Nordstrom the other day. Might have been Chanel. I lose track. If you put it on your nail and that's all you use and you keep it off your skin, the chance of reaction from cured nail polish is almost zero. Almost. It is so small that it's almost ridiculous. Now, if you're somebody who chooses, now this is where Doug and I diverge a little bit, because if you accept the marketing stuff for what it is, the whole 3 free, 5 free, 7 free, whatever, if you accept it for what it is, which is marketing, then you don't get so mad about it. I'm not saying that 7 free polish is better than 3 free polish. I'm saying that 7 free polish has less chemicals that some tests have shown to be a problem for some people in it. So if you're interested in reducing your chemical exposure, whether or not that's right or wrong, here's something that solves your needs. I use a product in my salon that is specifically for a group of people who are looking for no testing on animals, vegan, free of any unnecessary chemicals, and a responsible professional only line, which is why the major polish line I use in my salon is Dazzle Dry. Now, other people have their own choices. I'm not saying Dazzle Dry is the best. I'm just saying that Dazzle Dry gives me a lot of options for marketing to my clients. I have a vegan option that's zero animal cruelty, that I personally have spent time talking to the owner of the company, and I can guarantee it's never going to be found in Walgreens. It's a higher end line, and it's got beautiful colors, and it wears really well, and it dries super fast. So it's everything I need it to be. I don't care that it's 7 free, really, for what the individual chemicals are. I just happen to like having the ability to say this is a minimally chemically risky option that's vegan and animal cruelty free. So, and it dries super fast. Dries as fast as you can polish it on. I mean, it's dry all the way in 5 minutes. By the time my pedicure clients get done paying, rebooking, and digging out their keys, their polish is dry. So, which is nice because it removes like regular polish, so I don't have to go through shellac removal next time, but I also don't have to worry about them leaving with wet polish. So it's kind of a win-win. So I don't know that I'm quite ready to go as far as Doug jumping on the nobody should use this kind of marketing, because I think marketing is marketing and we need to take it for what it is, even as consumers. But, at the same time, stop clicking on clickbait. Please, please. I'm a marketing specialist. I'm a social media marketing specialist, even, much to my chagrin, because most of the time I would love to go live in a tiny house in the mountains and off the grid. So the fact that I'm a social media marketing specialist says something. So, but once you start to know how the ins and outs of these things work, 1, you can apply them to your business. And 2, you can stop funding with your dollar people that you don't want to be funding. So don't click on any of this super inflammatory consumer-based stuff, and encourage your clients not to also. If they're your client, they have a professional nail tech to ask. They also can like your Facebook page and share factual information with their friends and family. So just encourage your clients to do that and us too, and not to click on any of that ridiculous clickbait stuff. Let's get educated so that we don't need to pad the pockets of the EWG and all the other crazy wacko groups. So on that note, what do you guys have for me today? As you can tell, I've just been ear deep in finding the best shipping option for my soak-off bags, and being excited that my nails they don't look like they aren't trashed. I say that to people all the time. I just put it up on my Nails by Michelle Cordes Facebook page that I was like, if your nails are trashed, go find another nail tech. Nellie says he's just sitting here gluing crystals. That's right. Aren't you decorating some personal garment thing I thought I saw as I was perusing Facebook for the millionth time today? Blazer. Yeah, it was a blazer. Do you have the crystal katana? Who has the crystal katana? I've seen videos and stuff of it being used, and I guess I don't get it. I guess I haven't seen a video yet that helps me get it. Of course. Okay, so Nellie has it. I don't know if any of the rest of you guys have the crystal katana. What makes it different than just picking things up with, like I have a little flat, I don't know, I got it in Cinepro nail art thing. It's just a little rubber tipped thing that I just push down on it and I pick it up. So I guess I don't understand the difference. So what makes it so different? Enlighten me. Share with me. Share with the world, because this will get shared on Facebook. So tell me about the crystal katana. I'm interested to know this. I'm actually going to pave my ring fingers with crystal, well, it's probably just going to be cheapo rhinestones when I do my Disney 60th nails later. And I guess like I said, I just use a thing and I pick it up and that's it. So I don't know why I would invest in the crystal katana. Not much. I thought it was going to be different. You could have used a wax pencil. Yeah, see, like I said, mine's just this little, it's almost like the jelly stampers for rubber. It's kind of squishy, but it's on the end of like a stick. Nellie says, I won't know how much easier it is till I get it. All right. Well, I mean, fair enough, I suppose. This thing, it just goes squish and I pick it down, and by the time it just sticks long enough that by the time I get it on the nail where I've got either a drop of glue or something. Also supporting someone who supports us. Well, true enough for that. That's that whole voting with your dollar thing. I definitely can agree with that, Nellie. Well, I mean, I bought it from Cinepro, which at the time was Elaine Watson's line, so I was trying. But Kelly DeFries is amazing. Well, I will definitely, maybe if I look up, I've seen lots of trial videos on the crystal katana. Maybe if I actually look up some of her videos, then I'll be able to see more of the benefit of it. I don't know, or maybe I just don't do enough. I have used both and feel both have worked well. Well, you know, I mean, yeah, that's that whole to each their own thing. I definitely agree with the supporting someone who supports us kind of thing. That's part of why the University of Nails thing is I'm kind of like, hey, you guys, you're not buying me a second vacation home. Like, you're funding me to get to do classes at shows. More professional too. Well, I do have to say, and Nellie says he's all about how it looks. I do have to say I agree with that too. I mean, that's part of the reason why I try to keep everything that sits out on my table branded. Because I think it looks more professional to have branding. Although I know. So my nail art brushes, if you've ever watched any of my Periscope videos, my nail art brushes sit in a coffee cup that say Michelle meaning superior, and it's got like a saying on it and stuff. And it was my very first coffee cup I got when I was old enough to really have a coffee cup, and it's got my name on it, and it's got kind of a fun little saying on it. And I know that's not the most professional thing to keep my nail art brushes in, but sort of quirky like me, so I keep it there, and the handle's broken, so you can't use it for doing nails or for drinking coffee out of anymore. It doesn't look broken, it's just I know it's broken and I've glued it back on. So I know I should find something else to put my nail art brushes and stuff like that in, but I'm really attached to my Michelle cup. So what do you guys think? What do you guys keep your, ditch it, thank you, Nellie. What do you guys think? What do you guys keep your nail art stuff in at your table? I said, I've confessed, I keep mine in my Michelle cup. I like to have it out on my table because it's faster to just be able to reach over and grab. I look at it a lot like in our kitchen when you keep your spatula and spoons and utensils and stuff. If they all match and they're in a container sitting on your kitchen counter, it doesn't look trashy. It just, they're convenient to grab. But anything that doesn't match and looks ugly, you stick in a drawer. That's sort of the same way I feel about this. Is it's all of my nail art brushes and my dotting tools and my scissors I need for cutting striping tape and those kind of things. And so I keep all of it. Oh, I think I saw Athena join. Hello, Athena. Thanks for popping in with us. So what do you guys keep your nail art stuff in? Do you keep it out on your table? Do you keep it in your drawer? Hey. Where do you keep it in? Because I'd kind of like to know. When I worked at the spa, I had to keep it in my drawer. I believe you can have a professional without being product or company loyal. Well, there is some truth to that, but I think that a lot of our clientele looks at it like Nellie uses a train case, okay? I think a lot of our clients, though, look at it like it just looks cleaner on our table, not quite so cluttered. Okay, Athena keeps hers in a drawer. In a pink jeweled cup I got from the dollar store. Keep it on my desk. Okay. That was Candy Nails. So, yeah, keep it coming, you guys. I know it takes you guys a second to type. You guys type slower than I can talk. That's not surprising to anybody who hears me talk every day, that I kind of rattle. Some in a lucite container. Okay, I knew what you meant actually, Athena, but you corrected yourself. Yeah, I used to keep my nail sample tips that I made. Let's see, I prefer branded products, create loyalty, and boost product sales. That is the true thing to that. It is a lot easier to retail when you found a line and go with the whole thing. Gel brushes in a case and the acrylic brushes in a pencil holder in a lateral table. Okay, but what about like nail art brushes, like, or dotting tools, or like the crystal katana and those kind of things? Things that you use. Do you have like a nail art kit you pull out, or do you keep all of your stuff in your drawers? Or like, let's talk about this organization a little bit, because I'm kind of I'm kind of really interested in that. So yeah, I used to have my sample tips of my colored acrylic powder in a little pretty painted flower pot that I had basically rice in, and so they would all stand up in it, and so clients could sit, and it sat off on the table by the side of my station so that they could look at the colors while we were drilling out their backfill lines or whatever. And I got rid of those when I went to go work at the spa. Now I'm gonna have to do them again, which I horribly regret. But I haven't done it because I'm not really sure exactly how I want to keep them anyway. I do like the polish rings a great deal that they sell for $4.99 that I use for my practice sample tips. I have my pedicure polishes on one of those rings that sits right by the pedicure chair so people can look at the colors and pick one out. But as far as the nail art stuff goes, I don't know. I just like a really clean look. And so I keep most of my nail art stuff put away. And then I just get into it and get out what I need. Polish rings and color families. That's a very good way to present it. It's really easy too then when you know, sometimes you can't see the difference between colors in the bottle, but once you get it out on the nail, you can. So that's really nice. Yeah, I suppose I probably ought to consider a different container to keep my nail art stuff in, but you know, I wonder if doing something, like talk about the branding and the themes in the salon and stuff like that. My space is very Northwesty. I've got these, it's all brown and this color wood. And, oh, I'm being told to keep the cup. Well, maybe I could come up with some other, I could repurpose the cup to something else. Because you know what would be really a fun project is you see those Pinterest projects where they frost glass with basically glue. It would be really fun to do a project of getting like a tall glass cylinder, you know, and frosting it and painting like the brown, like I've got sticks, this basket of sticks that sit in my corner, looks very naturey. I've got a beach picture up on my wall, a lake picture that's got a long wooden dock. Yeah, or etching or something like that, that I think could be really fun. My desk has a Disney theme, like my office desk. Yeah, I try to hide all clutter at all times. I really try my best, just because if you want to know if your space looks cluttery, the best thing to do is to set up your space the way it looks when a client walks in, and take your cell phone camera and go to your front threshold of where people cross into your space, wherever that is, your salon, your room, whatever, right? And film it. Film walking in just like you're a client, and sit down in a client waiting chair and just pan the room, and sit down at your table on the client side and pan the table and pan the wall behind you, the area behind you where they look. Then go home and take that video and put it on a computer screen. I always do that every morning. See? Good man, Nellie. I knew you were a guy after my own heart. And look at it. Look at it in real big size, not like on your phone size. Look at it on a bigger computer screen or a TV or something like that. If you have Chromecast, cast it to your TV or something. And take a real good look and go, if I was walking into this for the first time, would I think this is clean? Would I think it's professional? Would I think it's inviting? What would be my opinion of it? And sometimes it's a really hard objective thing to look at. Like I said, I do it every day. I do a once over of my space, trying to make sure that it looks professional. But you know, I'm not perfect. None of us are. I have my Michelle mug, which doesn't really match anything else of the theme of my table. The rest of everything on my table is super clean. I keep everything super dusted and super clean. And the one little personality thing I have is that cup. And so actually, as much as I like it, it sort of sticks out. Working at the spa really taught me about that. I was shocked to learn that at the spa, we never left anything out on the tables unless there was actually a shifted person assigned to that table. So I had my own table, sort of, that I kept all my stuff in drawers and cabinets. But when I got to work, I had to take out all of my lotion, scrub brush, polish remover, sanitizing jars. I had to make sure all my table towels were set out right. I had to, you know what I mean? And somebody could be using my table on the days I was off, and I worked 4/10, so 3 days a week I was off. Now, most of the time nobody did use my table, but they could have. And we had to go in and set up our pedicure suite, set up our pedicure cart with our own stuff every day. We had to refill our bottles so that our bottles were always full and set up every day. And so there was a setup and takedown time at the beginning and end of each of our shifts. And there was no tables sitting around with stuff sitting out on them. The tables were clear except for the folded towel and table towel setup. Our pedicure chairs were perfectly staged unless there was a but in them. What you did as soon as you took the client out to check out, or took them back to the dressing room or to their next service or whatever, you immediately went back and completely stripped down the pedicure chair, completely dressed it, and threw away. We didn't even have garbage cans. We didn't have garbage cans at our station. We took out an empty, like a paraffin dip type bag that we hung off where our disinfectant jars were for every client. And when we were done, we tied that up and threw it away. It sat in our pedicure cart and everything went into it. And when we were done, it got tied up and thrown away. Like, we didn't even have garbage cans sitting around. And so it's just really interesting, the things that you learn by being in different experiences. So I don't know. So kind of thinking about it today, I think that the Michelle cup has probably outlived its usefulness, and I need to come up with some other artsy thing that more closely matches my theme, and relegate that cup to inside my storage cabinet or whatever. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Is there, looking around your space, is there stuff that you can do to improve the professional appearance of what you have going on? Because I think we can all improve all the time. It falls into that, it's, part of our 7 P's of marketing, which if you belong to the University of Nails, you understand what I'm talking about. It's about place. It's about process, those kind of things. So I don't know. I think it's something that we always need to constantly be evaluating. The teenager just got home. It must be getting close to 2:30. Yep, 2:33. So, anything you guys have to chat about today? Or are you ready for me to let everybody go and get back to making some money doing nails? I'm doing office work today, and I have one guest later, but it's kind of a slow catch up on the projects week for me because the to-do list is long of side work. So there's a seminar coming up I might be going to on Friday, and if so, I'm going to have to find a stand-in for me because I think it goes past 2. There's a class on women in entrepreneurship down on my old college campus. I got the invite for it from my old entrepreneurship and technology professor. So I think I might go check that out and see if there's still tickets available for that. But so maybe I can bring you guys some good, because sometimes you guys don't be afraid. I've done everything geared specifically towards the nail industry, but don't be afraid to reach out of the nail industry and look at especially other service industries, keeping track of what airlines are doing, what, Starbucks is doing, what chain restaurants are doing, what banks are doing. Those are all service industries. And so, keep track of what else is going on, not just in the beauty industry. Because to be honest, a lot of them are quite a bit ahead of us in a lot of ways. And so that means we need to pay attention to what our consumers, what our guests are expecting outside of this. I have a product company that I ordered from that I need to talk to them about having a logistics problem. I placed an order online on Monday morning at about 7 a.m. and they're in the same time zone I am. And it didn't even leave their facility until Thursday night. That's not acceptable. I can order stuff off of Amazon at that same time on Monday morning and have it by Wednesday afternoon. As a consumer now, I expect better logistics than that, than it taking 3.5 days to pick an order and get it out the door. So if they need to be looking at what the consumer expectation for those type of logistics are and making sure that they're not falling short outside of our industry. So, I got to complain to them. I hate to be a complainer, but so anywho, I'm all in the business mindset today. You can tell I've got business like swirling around, which is why I'm having a hard time getting up the gumption to do my nails because I'm not having, I'm almost equally apparently left-brained and right-brained. according to the, know all Facebook quizzes. And I'm having a tough time getting out of the logical brain today and into the artistic one. So I'm trying to capitalize on that with some business type things. So, well, I'm so glad all of you joined me today. I will get this up on the Facebook page. I'm also going to link Doug's post to the comment section below on Facebook. So if you want to check that out. University of Nails has 25 videos up. Please, grassroots effort, share the love, spread the word. And for $10 a month. And, for $6.95 a month plus taxes, you can join Face-to-Face with Doug Schoon. And that gives you all of the science-based information that you need. So, I mean, literally for like $18 a month, you can have all the business information and all the science information accessible to you at any time, which, there's something to be said for that small expense in making sure that you keep up on stuff, plus all the free resources that we have on YouTube and Periscope and those kind of things. So, all right, well, if I start to feel artistic later, I'll come back with you to do my nails. I promise I won't leave you out. But otherwise, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Peace and chicken grease. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Catch you tomorrow. Eeyore says, Eeyore out.